over here, Undertoads, and watch me button mash because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. It's Mortal Kombat!
Sector.
You know what's crazy? The children in the audience probably don't even blink at imagery like that, which is a testament to the bloody slope down which video games have slid over the last 18 years. I was only 9 years old when I saw the original Mortal Kombat for the first time. There was this audience gathering around a classmate in my cafeteria, the center of which emitted the unmistakable glow of a Game Gear, and as I approached, I was wholly unprepared for what I would see. It was my first fatality, and it gave me nightmares for a fucking week. I'd never seen anything like that in 1993. None of us had. Hence the crowd and the collective heart attacks of parents everywhere. But the imagery that made Mortal Kombat such an offensive sight back then is now pretty common across most video games, a truth which speaks volumes about how violent they've really become. Released just a few weeks ago for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, Mortal Kombat is a revival of the legendary Midway fighting franchise. The word reboot has kind of become all the rage these days, but that's what developer NetherRealm Studios has done with this 9th installment, rebooting Mortal Kombat by going back to its bloody roots. This Mortal Kombat is a 2.5D fighter. The character models are in 3D, but the gameplay is based entirely on a flat 2D plane, a lot like the seminal early entries that made the franchise so notorious. Choosing from an array of 25 characters, you take to the flat and beat the living hell out of your opponent with really long combos. Unless you suck at fighters, in which case you spam the same moves shamelessly over and over. My fatality is repetition. But the game really has some slick fighting mechanics, and I also like Mortal Kombat's Super Gauge. The gauge fills both as you deal and take damage, and that gauge allows you to do some pretty wicked stuff. There are 3 increments, each of which gives you some kind of move or special ability. If you let the gauge fill completely, for example, you get to perform these X-ray attacks, which are just awesome. This is sadistically satisfying stuff. So you got great gameplay with lots of combos, yeah, a cool gauge with special abilities, loads of unlockables, those brutal fatalities, but you also have a slew of modes in which to spill the blood. There's a story packed with all the nonsensical Mortal Kombat premises you know and love, and all those cheap competitors who attack in pairs. And there are single and tag team combat modes, you have online multiplayer and local, which to me is where the game shines brightest. This is quintessential Mortal Kombat, only shined up for a new generation of kids who, unfortunately, are probably numb to its absurd bloodlust. We're playing the PS3 version here, which includes a very special feature. As you should have noticed by now, Kratos from Sony's God of War is playable in this version, which is a terrific touch for Sony fans that, you know, makes not being able to play online a little less annoying. But no matter which version you go with, if you like fighters, you'll probably be very pleased. Mortal Kombat is back, better, and somehow bloodier than ever.
Kratos wins. Fatality.